All right. Shalom. Before I start, let me give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the Akim Wa Akwath, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Another video through the Spirit. All right, basically dealing with this right here. Going to be using Mr. Charleston, for some edification. Apparently there's the Sandra Bland Act. I'll just read the title. It says the Sandra Bland Act helped police commit me to an insane asylum. All right. So basically, y'all, this man he has set up many different laws and snares that he very may well use to try to come against us. When it's crunch time, JT Jacob's trouble. When he comes head hunting, he's gonna make up every excuse that he can to justify himself in coming to kill and imprison us. All right. And there's another clip that explains the first part of this, but basically, and I'm gonna let the video play. We'll get some scriptures. Basically, Charleston was going around. There was a particular young nigga who got killed by the police, if I remember correctly, and he was mad about it. So he was protesting and coming up against the police, and he had put up some posts on the internet, and so the police were able to use that and frame him and get him thrown in an insane asylum for a while, which apparently even his lawyer couldn't get him out of. So I'm gonna just let it play. And I got another clip from Cat Williams showing you, this motherfucker, he is, let me get that. He is gonna try to, not gonna try, he is framing his law to put us in a position, here we go, to put himself in a position to be able to legally come kill us, y'all, for preaching the Bible and for preaching against his kingdom. And perfect, it's in Psalms, the 94th chapter. Love this chapter. Psalms 94 and 20. It says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law. So this motherfucker sets up in his law so that way he'll be justified of coming to F us over. And that's all these laws were set up for in the United States. Remember, we were slaves and they were free-running devils. So they set up laws to keep themselves at the top and to keep us at the bottom, which is why all law enforcement for the most part is predatorial in terms of how they police the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, now, hey, is there some wild niggas out there who deserve to get put to death? Oh, sure. Yes. I'm not arguing that at all. Many of our people are doing things they shouldn't be. Nevertheless, E is not going to be guiltless of fucking us over as well.
This had to happen to me so I can learn this bill. Other than that, wouldn't nobody know about this. So let me look at it.
They told you they taking you to the mental asylum?
Anybody can go. Some up. Hold on.
What?
Hold on. I'm finna read. It's under the Sandra Bland Act. Remember, my lawyer say I'm on my way. I tell my lawyer, but hurry up. Don't let these Sandra Bland me.
So yeah, this is around the time, the Sandra Bland thing happened. He was up in there, he was up in they had him in jail. He was up in there acting up, talking shit. And the police, they said, we're not going to put you in jail, nigga. We're going to take you somewhere worse.
I'm with a cop that done died.
Yeah.
All gloves off.
Oh, I remember now, y'all. There was a cop who died, I believe, with a shootout with a young Jake. And he was, Charleston was expressing his opinions about it, and the police didn't like it. So they came up with a false reason to arrest him and then sent him to the insane asylum.
But peep game, this cannot happen to you in America unless they consult with all the other black leaders. The police will not do nothing to you. Your government ain't gonna do nothing to you. You will not be assassinated. You will not be framed unless they run it by the black leaders.
So they gotta give you permission.
Man,
they gotta get a green light.
Now, homie, everybody was in on it. So remember I told you I done bucked the black pastors?
What?
Remember I told you?
That's crazy, see?
Man, listen. If it wasn't for my who I'm talking about, son, the police officer, they went and found somebody who a pastor was sleeping with, because I disappeared, homie. The hood saw me get pulled over. The hood saw me get pulled over, so everybody called the old man, hey, Pops, man, the police just took Charleston. Well, everybody looking in the system. I ain't showing up in the system.
So they know
this cop just got
Mm-hmm.
I ain't showing up in the system nowhere. I disappear because once you go medical, nobody gets information.
And so that right there, once you go medical, no one gets that information. So this guy, he has law set up to where he can come grab us up, jail us, take us away, and there will be no, shit. No paper trail. And hey, be prepared for that fact, y'all. Some of us may have to deal with that. All right. Now, and if you got to deal with it, you deal with it in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua. You don't go up in there bitching up, crying and shit. Please. Talking about please. No, you got to maintain the faith. All right. Many great men before you have been jailed for the faith. All right. That's no excuse to forsake your faith. All right. Let me see. Let's get that out of Revelation. And it was prophesied ultimately beforehand, which is why it's going to happen in real time, right? I'm not uplifting Charleston or nothing. I'm just showing you, these scriptures are playing out in ways that this devil has been getting ready. Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. All right, getting kidnapped and put in a cell is your trial from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. You must pass with flying colors. You may be tortured. You may be talked crazy to. You may be beat. And guess what? The Lord may also put a spirit on you to where you don't feel any of that pain. So you just sitting there, you looking at them mean mugging like that's all you got. All right, one of my favorite movie scenes out of what is that? Sin City. When they was torturing my mans, they fucking electrified him in an electric chair, and he didn't die on the first hit. They took the helmet off. He looked at him. He spit out blood. He said, "That's all you pansies got." All right. When it's your time to be tried, y'all, you don't break in there. You pray to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and you stay hard, even to the death if need be. All right. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days, which represents a perfect amount of time, however long you must be in there. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Plain and simple. So if you have to die, then accept it, and you will be raised up as one of the chosen. And there's no other way to look at it, no other way to mentally, think about it. Just deal with it like that. All right. Because they're going to come for us regardless. They've already slandered us. We're already considered black extremists, so they will come for us. And they will put it in a way that, we're the crazy black guys and gals and a couple Mexican and Native American folk who need to get taken away because we're the stain of society with our rhetoric. All right, that's how they're gonna come at us, and we know they're full of shit, but they coming anyway. All right.
Nobody gets information. Your mama, nobody. You grown. She can't tell unless they release, unless you tell them and tell them, but you don't know what's going on. So let me. I want to stay on this, homie, so y'all can get this. So if you want to know why the government.
So your message said you wanted to talk about saved you money.
So if you want to know why the government is pushing this mental health talk, mental health strips you of your due process.
Mental health strips you of your due process. Since we're clinically insane extremists, we don't have any laws, we don't have any rights. Therefore, they can come legally get us up off the streets, according to their fucking law. Damn demons, man.
Sandra Bland had a smart mouth, so it was Senate Bill 1849. So when he opened up the door, before I step out, he said under Senate Bill 1849, under the Sandra Bland Act, you being transferred to the. So I went from jail, I done been from being arrested, from a broken tail light to the mental hospital.
From a broken tail light to a mental hospital, y'all. They gonna come at us all kinds of ways. They may say, "Oh, and that's crazy." Imagine you get pulled over for a broken tail light, and now you're in a fucking crazy house. Because this guy's a devil, y'all. That's how quick he can escalate when he really wants to take it there. All right, this man, hey man, he is such a piece of shit. I tell you, he can't just be honest and say, "Look, we're the Edomites, y'all the Israelites. We hate you, so we're gonna try to exterminate you." No, he wants to come at us all fake like. Here we go. Psalms 36:4. Another one with that word mischief in it. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. So that's Edom. He sits up and does nothing but come up with ways to push more wickedness in the world by way of his laws. Hey, when you go to Revelation, how does the beast speak? By way of Congress passing laws by way of the Senate, forcing us to live under the decrees that he puts out. That's how the beast speak. He puts it out there and we have to do it. Otherwise, we face death or jail. And it says he abhorreth not evil, meaning what? He loves evil, man, which is why this world is wrapped in evil. And what scripture goes good with this? Micah 2. All right, it's been given to this demon, man. Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity, create evil, and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. All right, so they're doing all this wickedness and nobody can stop them in their minds. So they practice and they practice and they perfect it on our black asses and we suffer. All right.
The mental hospital.
You didn't even. I don't understand.
Social media posts. And the police say, I want to be by the police. You got to want to be by the police acting like this. Homicidal and suicidal by ideation and preparation. That week I had been to the gun range 3 times.
So right there they said, oh, you're homicidal and suicidal by preparation. The language that we use, y'all, we tell, we're not afraid of death. We're ready for the kingdom. We're ready to die for this faith. Well, they may very well use that against us in legalese, if you will. All right, so, there's a whole 8 more minutes of this clip. We don't have to get too much more. I just wanted y'all to hear that. Charleston was giving his experience. I'll let it play for a second. I got this other clip. He was talking about it, showing, and Lord using this nigga as like a scarecrow. He get beat and we sit back and get to watch. It's actually pretty funny. This nigga's he's a human scarecrow, a test dummy, if you will. And
Going live on Facebook shooting guns. I'm practicing on my long range shooting, but I do this all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to the doctor. Homie, they already saying we gonna keep you. So I done called the attorney.
The doctor said that they gonna keep
Listen,
you?
homie.
Against your will?
Under the Sandra Bland Act, homie, you lose your will. Remember, black people was happy that they passed this Sandra Bland Act.
So right there, under the Sandra Bland Act, you lose your will. Let's get the next clip with our friend, Mr. Cat. Let's look at our friends, Mr. Cat.
I found out the hard way. They did some shit to me I didn't even know they was allowed to do. I knew they could take a nigga to jail. I thought that was it. These motherfuckers put me in a real mental institution with real crazy people. What the fuck? I might have thought I was crazy till you put me in here with the real crazy motherfuckers. Now I know I'm saying this shit. You ain't live till you try to break up a fight with a motherfucker and himself. Fuck you, nigga, fuck you. One of y'all is right. That's all I'm trying to say. I ain't trying to be in your business or nothing. Fucked up. These motherfuckers got me handcuffed to a nigga who's scraping demons out his face. I'm over there like, Jesus, this is your humble servant, Lord. There's clearly been a miscommunication, Jesus. Just saying this burden is a little bit too heavy for your servant, Lord. I'm just saying, Jesus, my cup runneth over, Lord, is what I'm saying. And the thing is, I ain't even thirsty, Jesus. Not a little bit.
So right there, they're making comedy out of it. So this is a real thing, y'all. This isn't mythical. I'm not making this up. People love to always, say, oh man, y'all be making. No, we don't make shit up. This is a real thing. If you piss off somebody in the up and up, the government, they will deem you psychotic and send you to an insane asylum. And they love doing this to our men, to break us, to shut us up, and to hush us up. But that's not gonna work with us in these last days and times, because we know what the deal is, nigga. He come with it, you son of a bitch. You already gonna take our videos and pictures and chop it up and make us look crazy, so come on. All right, and if we get cast into prison, what we gonna do, y'all? Let's see. Right here, perfect. Let's start. Let's do this. Acts 16:23. And when they had laid many stripes upon them, they cast them into prison, charging the jailer to keep them safely. Who, having received such a charge, thrust them into the inner prison, and made their feet fast in the stocks. And at midnight Paul and Silas prayed, and sang praises unto Yahweh, and the prisoners heard them. So right there, when they got cast in, y'all, did they start bugging out and tripping? No, it says they prayed, and that's what you are to do. You know, if you find yourself in a situation like this, literally, or, you know, hey, concentration camps, FEMA camps, whatever, you know, the Lord has your lot to be. You don't got to try to fist fight and argue and plead your case. Pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, sit your ass down and let time pass. That's all you can do. All right. And suddenly there was a great earthquake, so that the foundations of the prison were shaken, and immediately all the doors were open, and everyone's bands were loosed. And the keeper of the prison, waking out of his sleep, and seeing the prison doors open, he drew out his sword and would have killed himself, supposing that the prisoners had been fled. And so right there, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, not only did the gate, you know, it says the earthquake happened, which shook open the doors, but it says also the chains, their bands fell off. Everybody's, man. Come on, man. Man, you could be in there, these motherfuckers snatch you up. You pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, a fucking lightning bolt comes split that bitch in half, that building. And you walk stone cold out that motherfucker. Alright? He has his weapons and his form of attack. We have our weapons and our form of attack, which is prayer and faith. The fuck a gun. We ain't scared of no guns, no chains, no jail cells. We got Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and then you got to maintain that faith. All right, when you in there, if you in there. Verse 28 says, but Paul cried with a loud voice, saying, do thyself no harm, for we are all here. Then he called for a light and sprang in and came trembling and fell down before Paul and Silas and brought them out and said, sirs, what must I do to be saved? And they said, believe on the Lord, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and thou shalt be saved and thy house. Boom. You know, so not only did they get delivered out, but they was released, you know, by someone who was imprisoning them, and he converted, which this man right here, he would have been an Israelite. But, you know, he saw the power, and the Lord put the Spirit on him, you know, to bring them out, to get them up out of there. And that may very well happen. Not may, it will be happening to those who it is destined to happen to. You know, you may find yourself up in there, you not knowing what's coming, and the Spirit hop on somebody to help you escape. Or one of the prison guard, the Spirit just hop on him. He like, man, you know what? I know you don't belong in here. Man, I'm gonna look out for you. He's sneaking you food and shit, and break you up out of there, man. You know, so hey, that's about it. I just wanted to use these two clips. You know, this is a very real possibility very soon that's going to be coming. You know, so prepare for it. You know, in the spirit, of course. All right, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim. Rakak Kodash, to honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the way to Akim Wa Akwath. Learning, teaching, and truth and sincerity. Shalom.